A sad, long story that we now call the Taiwan case began many years ago, on December the 19th, 1996. Even if all levels of the Taiwanese justice cleared Taiwan of all false accusation, the consequences, political, personal, economic, and spiritual consequences of that case are still going on after so many years. Taiwan can simply not afford this. Taiwan cannot afford this fault on its democratic reputation. It must solve that case now. It will be very much beneficial for Taiwan, for all the friends of Taiwan as we are, and of course for all the Taiwanese citizens, among which the Taijiman movement.
What happened with the beginning of the Taijiman case in December 1996 was a historical event. Whether or not the Taijiman case will be solved will also be an historical event. If this case is solved, Taiwan will affirm its democratic credentials. But if the case is not solved, it will continue to taint and spoil the democratic image of Taiwan. Either way, December is a month of history for Taijiman. It is a month of history for Taiwan. It is a month of decision crucial for Taiwan's future, for its image, and for justice to be rendered to Taijiman.
December 19 is a day of sadness because it's been 27 years since Taijiman was the victim of a large-scale police operation on unfounded charges of tax evasion. It is a day of sadness because Dr. Hong and his wife were illegally imprisoned for several months before being found innocent of all charges. But the day after, December 20, is a day of hope because it is the UN Day of Solidarity. Solidarity of dozens of thousands of dizzy, solidarity of scholars in religious studies, solidarity of defenders of religious freedom, solidarity of human rights organizations with Taijiman. Across the country borders and across the generations, a chain of solidarity has been created and has grown year after year to support Taijiman protests and their fight for justice. Not only does the chain resist, but it gets longer and stronger with the passing time. Thank you very much.
Hi everybody. The solving the Taijiman case holds significant potential for positive impact both within Taiwan and globally. Taijiman, with its emphasis on traditional Chinese culture, promotes values of harmony, peace, and cultural understanding. By resolving the case, Taiwan can showcase its commitment to upholding human rights and fostering a society that values diversity and cultural heritage. Internationally, Taijiman serves as a cultural ambassador, contributing to global efforts in promoting wellness, mindfulness, and the importance of preserving traditional practices. The resolution of the case can pave the way for collaborations and partnerships, fostering cultural exchange and enhancing Taiwan's soft power on the world stage. Furthermore, the case resolution may inspire other nations to recognize the importance of protecting cultural diversity and human rights, contributing to the broader global dialogue on these critical issues. Finally, I personally believe that if the Taijiman case will be finally solved, The most important lesson we could learn from it as a global community is that with patience and perseverance, anything can be achieved and nothing is lost. For us Muslims, patience in the Quran is described like a horse that never gets tired, an army that can never be defeated, and a strong fortress that can never be breached. Patience and victory are twin brothers, for victory comes with patience, relief comes with distress, and ease comes with hardship. Patience is of more help to the one who has it than man, as it helps without any need for equipment or numbers, and its relationship to victory is like that of the head to the body. These, in summary, are the values that the resolution of the太极门 case can inspire, with the aim of making the world a more harmonious place for everyone. 谢谢。
Taijimen embodies more than a mere mental or physical lifestyle. It stands as a paragon of unwavering integrity, demonstrating a commitment that transcends financial considerations and exerted efforts. The organization has steadfastly proven its innocence. By upholding the principle of utmost integrity and resisting succumbing to a corrupt tax system, Taijimen refuses to endorse corruption. Such a stance not only serves the greater good of Taiwan, but it also preserves the integrity of those who stand firm against unethical practices. Successfully resolving the case against the National Tax Bureau could, in turn, become a compelling narrative for future generations, illustrating the triumph of integrity over compromise.
December is a sad month for Taijimen, as they remember the beginning of their unjust persecution in 1996. It was a human-made disaster, and sometimes they are worse than a natural disaster. However, human-made disaster can be rectified. Solving the Taijimen case would not only restore justice to Taijimen, but also improve human rights and the international image of Taiwan that had been severely damaged by the case.
December 19 is a very important date for human rights and freedom of religion or belief, because it is the anniversary of the beginning of a long history of injustice against the Taijimen. The Taijimen have demonstrated bravely for several decades their commitment to justice and peace. Resolving this case once and for all would be the best way for Taiwan to demonstrate that it will not allow corruption to continue to harm its citizens, and it would send a message to the world that Taiwan, as a democratic country and defender of freedom, is capable of self-criticism and correcting its mistakes.
On this significant day, the 28th anniversary of the Taijimen case, I would like to reflect on the potential impact and benefits that the resolution of this case could bring to Taiwan and the world. First, the resolution of the Taijimen case would promote cultural diversity and understanding. Taijimen is not just an organization. It is a guardian of traditional Chinese culture, particularly the ancient art of Tai Chi. By allowing Taijimen to flourish without legal burdens, Taiwan will enable the preservation and dissemination of this valuable cultural heritage. Second, the resolution of the Taijimen case would enhance Taiwan's international reputation. By demonstrating a fair and just legal system, Taiwan can show its commitment to protecting the rights of cultural and spiritual organizations, thereby gaining respect on the global stage. Third, Taiwan's proactive resolution of the Taijimen case could set a positive precedent, inspiring other countries to protect and support similar entities and fostering a global environment that values cultural diversity and spiritual pursuits. Finally, the resolution of the Taijimen case would exemplify the strength of justice and the rule of law. A fair and just legal resolution not only upholds the principles of democracy, but also reinforces Taiwan's commitment to human rights and individual freedoms.
I remember very well my first visit to Taiwan. It was in 2011, and I'd been invited to attend a conference, and this was held in a small native village in the mountains. I immediately fell in love with the beautiful country and its delightful people. Furthermore, on the journeys from and to Taipei, I passed a multitude of different temples, shrines, and churches, and saw large roadside hoardings advertising the presence of a number of religions that I had heard denounced on mainland China as Seixiao, sometimes translated as evil cults. Subsequent visits reinforced my impression that Taiwan was not only one of the most beautiful countries in the world, but also one of the most democratic countries, and that rather than censoring minority religions, it actually celebrated diversity. But then I was informed of the discrimination that Taijimen had been and still is, I gather, experiencing over taxes, despite the fact that it's been officially cleared of all wrongdoing. This is a very sad state of affairs, not only for Taijimen, but also for Taiwan. I most sincerely hope that the matter can be sorted out as soon as possible, and thereby restore faith in Taiwan's democratic functioning. The country and its people have, after all, so much to offer not only themselves, but also the rest of the world by example.